Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and being a part of the Jobu Sports Report. It is Thursday, guys. It is the Hall of Fame game. I know it's just a practice game, but there's going to be some football, and I can't wait. I'll do a little live stream pregame about 30 minutes beforehand. We'll do a post game with Law Nation afterwards. And guys, I know it's not real. The grand scheme of thing, it means nothing in standings. But this is an opportunity for these young guys to get some work in. And I'm hoping that we'll see some good stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing Taco on the field and seeing, after he's been working against the best of the best, how he does against the Cardinals. Now, the Cardinals, they've got a pretty good defense too, but probably they won't be playing any starters as well because, let's face it, you got 5 preseason games. You don't want to get out there and do a whole lot and risk somebody who's going to be truly valuable to your team. But I hope we get in, get some work going on with these guys, and get home unscathed. And I got to tell you, this time next week, the Jobu Sports Report will be on the West Coast at Oxnard, reporting on our Dallas Cowboys Thursday, Friday, and we'll be going to the game in Los Angeles. That game that was really Dak Prescott's coming out party. If you remember, Dak Prescott this time last year had just moved up the depth chart because Kellen Moore broke his ankle and was finally beginning to get some real rep. And it was that first preseason game, because Tony Romo didn't play, against the Rams, that he looked stellar. And all of a sudden everybody's like, who's this kid? The fact that this channel right here grew as much as it did, because honestly, guys, this time last year there was only about 400 subscribers. It was because Dak Prescott made a name for himself that this channel grew the way it did. Dak, if you're watching, thank you. And the reason that was is, after I saw him at the Senior Bowl, to me, he just looked like he had it. Seriously. His confidence, the look, the way he moved around with the ball, to me, it just seemed like there was something special about him. And it was from that moment on that it was my campaign, me and Jobu, to get Dak Prescott. We did a video that was right after that Senior Bowl. Dak Prescott, the perfect quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. And I kept looking at him because the more I started digging and looking at Dak Prescott, looking at his college film and his numbers, I couldn't believe that the experts out there were saying that he's just a running quarterback. And I was kind of like, huh? Yeah, his first year as a sophomore, he did a lot more running, but if you looked at the numbers, he was doing less and less. But his completion percentage was like 67 in college his senior year. Guy threw for 10,000 yards, over 100 touchdown passes. And I'm kind of like, this is against the best competition in football in college, in the Southeast Conference. But he wasn't getting any love, and I was sitting here looking on the flip side at Carson Wentz. Now, Carson Wentz's numbers were pretty much similar in Division I AA. So I'm thinking in my mind, wait a minute. Southeast Conference puts about 50 players a year into the NFL. A couple of those teams every year are in the running for national championships. Carson Wentz is Division I AA. His conference puts about 3 players in the NFL a year. I'm playing against the cream of the crop that I'm going to be playing against in the pros. I'm playing against lesser talent than what I'll be playing in the pros. So from that standpoint, if you're looking at the numbers being pretty much similar, you got to go with the guy that's playing against tougher competition. That was the first thing that hit me. The second thing was the way he moved in the pocket. The way he could roll out, do that naked bootleg, and have his eyes laser focused downfield, to me it was amazing. He was fearless in the pocket. He'd take a hit. He could stand there and he'd wait long enough and boom, let it go and get knocked and pop right back up. And when you see him do some of the runs, I was like, yeah, this guy, he's physically tough. He's not brittle. He's not fragile, you know? He's not like some of these quarterbacks you look at and they look like bird legs and you know, think if they get a good hit, it's going to, you know, fall apart. You looked at him being stocky, build, and a guy that could move around. And I dare say, and I think I even said this in the video, that the way he bought time in the pocket reminded me of Tony Romo. Seriously. Because he could move around enough, create some time by moving around in space, that he would buy a few extra moments, which would allow that receiver to finally get some distance and then be able to pop him the ball. The knock on him, of course, is he's just a dink and dunk quarterback. No, he can throw the ball downfield. That's not an issue. He can light it up. But the way our offense has evolved, it's predicated on ball control. Eat up some clock and help out your defense. Hit the open man. High percentage passes. Why throw into double coverage downfield where you might get an incompletion or an interception when you can do a slant pass that's going to pick you up 10, 12 yards and keep them guessing? That's not to say we don't go deep. We do. But Dak is great at hitting and finding the open person. Because when you throw interceptions, you're talking about a potential 14-point swing. Flat out. Turnovers are king. If you look at our 2014 season, we were second in the NFL in takeaways, which made our defense that much better. And we didn't turn over the ball a lot. And of course, we were 12-4. We didn't get a lot of takeaways this year, but we didn't give the ball away. Which again, that turnover ratio is key. So, all of you ones that, I know chicks dig the deep ball, that just want to see them just airing it out, yeah, that's pretty. But that's not necessarily winning. How often do you see Tom Brady going for it all? Tom Brady's career has been a dink and dunk. Joe Montana, that slant to Rice across the middle, not the deep ball. I'll take winning football over the deep ball at any time. So it'll be great to see some of these younger guys playing tonight. I got to figure out what I'm going to fix. Right now, I got to go back and finish these big-ass doors for work, and then it's going to be football, football, football. I hope you guys are going to have a great day. Well, no. I know everybody who's a Cowboy fan is going to have a great day because football is back, baby! Have a great day.
CowboyJobu here with the Jobu Report inside Super Bowl 50 as the teams take the field to start warming up. We'll be kicking off here in a little over an hour, friends. Be sure to watch the Jobu Report for live updates here at Super Bowl 50. I'm CowboyJobu, host of the Jobu Report.